Alright, we're back. And what are we doing? Obviously, we're cutting more out of the truck. You know, all that progress I made with the box. And oh, where's my hand? Bad depth perception. Getting that put together. Basically, like, I don't know if I said it before, I wanted to make it slope back. Now that we have a chop top, I wanted to slope it so that we can lean the seats farther back so our heads aren't sticking up above the roof like dorks. Even though we might be dorks. But yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to come out 2.5 inches. This is going to come out nothing. It's going to go straight down. Back. We're going to have a new bar that comes across all 4 of these and extends out to here. Goes over. It's mismatched in my head. It's going together, but I keep changing my mind. And I'm thinking, since we're not going to have as much room, I might make like an extension out. I'm not sure. I've watched a lot of videos. I haven't really found anything with loud bass in the convertible. And then through my phone, it's hard to tell if it's even a real thing. I mean, the guys down south, their donks seem to do it, but they got like 615s in the trunk. Who knows? Let's try to figure this out. Hell yeah, let's do it. So before I build any kind of bracket here to get this back up where it needs to go, I'm gonna cut this bar off that's holding the back of the cab to make sure the cab don't move at all, because we don't want that binding up. Alright, so the body didn't drop at all, but I did notice that the cab mounts have a little more squish than I thought they did. I thought they'd be more firm, which has got me rethinking. I don't necessarily want to do it now. Is hard mounting this to the back frame and having that solid, that kind of squish, and having everything kind of binding up. So let's take a minute, figure this one out. Alright, so I made a couple wedges. Got this thing sitting just a little above level. I didn't want to go a lot because I didn't want it pulling that back and fighting back and forth. So let's get to cutting some pieces. I'm going to go with, like I said, we'll extend this one 2 1/4, 2 1/4, come out with that 2 1/4, or maybe it's 2 1/2. I got to remeasure up and run a new bar across the top. Let's cut some pieces. Should be able to get a lot of them back out of this that was already being used that I cut out, so that'll save on some metal. Oh yeah, I gotta grind all this off there too, damn it. Damn. my sweatshirt. Forgot I fully welded that one. Alright, got that all broken down into separate pieces. These are trash. I'll throw those some over there. Probably just scratch the shit out of my wheel. No, got lucky. Alright, start cutting some more pieces. Alright, so got all them pieces cleaned up as much as I want to clean them up. So they're not super sharp on the edges. But this long piece, so it don't look the greatest, but even at $2 a foot, I'd rather grind it down and reuse it than just waste it. So yeah, now we're ready to start rebuilding the back of this cab. And now my seats will be able to lean back. Oh yeah. Alright guys, so we got it roughed in, space coming back, so now if this was a Mac seat, I can lean it back and have a lot more room than just that straight up seat. But with that being said, we're going to call that a night. I don't know what my kids gave me, but thanks for getting me sick, guys. Shit. Alright. Later. Alright, we're back out in the shop finally. Just got done with the big Dodge, changing the oil and transmission fluid. Got the heat on because it is cold out here. Wish I would have recorded that transmission fluid change. So it has a 68 RFE and it don't hold 5th or 6th gear worth of shit no more. Just neutrals out, pops out of those gears all the time, and it's an automatic, just so you know. When I popped that fluid, it looked a little dark. Didn't think much of it until I shined the light in the pan, and it looked like a sweet ass metal flake, burnt orange paint job. And there's a bunch of metal crap all over the magnets. Maybe I did something good, maybe I did something bad, and I'm only gonna get 2 weeks out of that transmission, but we'll find out. But we got this back in, and the big project that we need to get on to, and lately I've been having a little rough time getting out here, so we're back. Yeah. I swear I'd take any and all opportunities to cut my fingers open. Gosh, dang, it is cold out here. Like, I got the heater running, and it's probably like, it says it's 46 in here, but the way my fingers feel, I'd say it's probably like 36. But we finally got some steel, 2 sheets of 16 gauge 4x8 for, I paid $200, which is a steal because we don't have anywhere around Kitsap County to buy metal anymore. So the only place I found was local, and they got a corner on the market. So they were trying to charge me $200 for 1 sheet of like 20 gauge or 22 gauge steel, and told me it was a good deal. I was like, you guys are out of your damn minds. So Facebook Marketplace find, hell yeah. But we're out here, sweatshirt up, flanneled up, cold as all hell. Let's start making some templates and get back to work on this floor. Hell yeah. Alright, quick detour. Got wife's car in the shop. It's been having some weird issues. So the dealership recommended that this has a little bit of wear and tear on it. It's a torque arm or whatever, engine mount. Recommend replacing. I don't think it's supposed to be that worn out. Here's a new one. Yeah. Recommend replacing, not hey, you should replace this immediately. Alright, so after about 15-20 minutes tops worth of work, got that new motor mount in. I'm not going to say I fixed the problem because I don't want to jinx myself, but it hasn't shook or shaked yet. So let's hope for the best. Call it good for now. Get back to work on some mini trucks. Alright, got a piece of sheet metal laid on the new makeshift cutting table. Got my template made for, it'll work for both sides, so it's going to be, like so, and I kind of rounded this corner just so it's not such a jagged edge for your armpits when you jump in, and then I cut this a little bigger so you can kind of get the idea of the shape. So instead of looking at this when the door closes, I gotta trim it up a little bit, be a nice smooth shape, kind of match the door, kind of like that but better. So yeah, let's get to cutting these out. See how it goes. Alright. Another side mission. Just got that damn little coolant hose changed on the wife's Volvo. I hate that damn car. I would have filmed it, but it's probably for the best of the channel not to film it because I was cussing at it and complaining the whole time. So it's done. Time to get the truck back in here. And luckily I had some extra beer cans laying around to catch all the coolant that was dumping out of the little tiny hose. And I dumped some hot water on there, let it dry out. We'll pull the other truck back in and get back to work on this again. Alright, so just got the first one all mocked up and grinded down. Use my other hand, it's more coordinated. So I'm about to grind it down a little more once I weld it in, but as you can see, I reshaped it so the door looks a lot better. And then rounded that, like I said, so I'm not busting my armpit on a sharp 90, and hopefully give it a little more strength in here. Yeah, we gotta knock out this one now for that side. Should be able to just copy that one. Make it work. Alright, back out here after dinner. Forgot to tell you guys, but this thing's back in here. It was squeaking like crazy, so I finally decided to do the front brakes. Then I got to do the rear brakes. Wish the yard was slick, so now the tires are full of dirt. Let's get these rear brakes done. And then hopefully it's back on this. We'll see. Just bought the wife a new car yesterday, so no more working on the shitty Volvo. Hell yeah. Oh, and the new car's a Mazda with a 7-year bumper-to-bumper warranty, so hopefully, thumbs up, you know, all that. Should be a really long time before I ever have to work on that. In the future, it'll probably be my car. We'll see. So yeah, I might have pushed these a little far. So that's a nice new brake pad. And well, that's what's left of the old ones. Got my money's worth. Alright, brakes are done. Let's take it for a test drive. I don't know what it is about that damn truck, but every time I work on it, I'm fucking dirty. From head to toe. I understand. But fuck it. Alright, so we got one side tack welded in. We'll weld it up and then we'll grind it, make it look good. But, well, that's the door making noise. It's already way more sturdy. So let's get the passenger side done. Got it all lined up. Let's get this cut out. Alright, we got the first pass done. There's some spots I need to go through and re-weld up, but I mean, she's looking pretty good. I think that door gap looks pretty decent. And I mean, she's a lot more solid. It's almost like I never took the top off. Now I just got to finish this side, do that part, do that part. Do a whole lot of other stuff. I mean, sometime in the next few months, she should be on the road. I mean, doesn't she look like she's ready? I think so. And I know it looks kind of terrible. I might have said this before, but I filmed so few far in between that keeping this, I want to get new trim, obviously. And that, even though it kind of looks funky when you open them up. But my thought is, I want to drive this thing. It gets cold in Washington at night. My thought is it'd be kind of nice to have, oh, damn, you can't even see it, a little kind of side windscreen when I'm driving. If it gets cold and I'm heading home after a show or something, or after I get together, and I don't know, I want to keep warm, even though I don't have a heater in the damn truck anymore. Which, now that I say that out loud, it's making me question myself. I don't know, what do you guys think? Or should I just delete that and make some kind of little swoop that makes it kind of blend in and look decent? I know I'll probably get no answers in the comments because, you know, I'm new and upcoming. But whatever. I'm still up in the air about it. Took a second to figure out where that piece of hot weld went on my wrist in my stupid sweatshirt. Anyways, so we got that piece on. I think I showed you guys that. We started getting this fit up for the top of the A pillar. It's just tack weld. Don't judge me. I'm gonna come in and grind that and make it look more uniform. So I was gonna leave it one piece, and I realized it looked dumb when it was one piece, and then you open the door out from under it. So now it's just two pieces. Get it cleaned up. I'm gonna have to put a notch right here for the window to come through. That's the trim, it goes underneath there. Not like that, but whatever. Yeah, we're starting to get some stuff coming together. Not in here, of course. So I'm under the Dodge, trying to figure out what's going on with my truck because it's starting to sound way different. That's just wet. When lo and behold, my 5-inch straight pipe is broken in half. Fuck! So, since the exhaust snapped in half on my diesel truck, I figured I might as well take this opportunity to put some stuff. I might as well build a stack for it. That was a little mock-up cardboard one. I got it all traced out on how I'm going to do it. What I'm going to do for the turn up through the bed is it disconnects there. This is the tail section over the axle. It's massive. I'm going to disconnect there, cut it right there, and that'll be the turn up that comes into the bed. Hopefully it all fits. And I figured if I don't like it, I'll just put it back to the way it was, running out the back end. I mean, come on. Why wouldn't I like it? Hopefully it's loud as all hell. Alright, so I got the basic part cut out. Forgot to film me starting to bend it. But I went along and scored all the lines I had marked instead of cutting in separate pieces. That way I can just bend it into place. It's coming along. go. There. Now we just clean it up, start tacking it together. All right, she's all welded up. Let's do a little grinding on her and see how many holes we have to fill up. Oh, dude, she's loud. Alright, I got this side looking pretty good. Need to hit it with the DA to smooth that out. Got a little more grinding to do right there. Look at the gap looking good. Little paint test. It's the Oasis Blue from Krylon. It's like a super knockoff Porsche Riviera blue in my mind, but I think we're gonna run with it. Hell yeah. Don't mind the grinder falling. Hell yeah. Alright guys, I might call this one a video. It's only been a few weeks. Just kidding, it's been a long ass time. Still sitting by this hot ass heater. Getting warm. Yeah, we gotta seriously try to put these things out more often. I always talk about that, but y'all enjoy your night. I'm gonna go hang out with the family. Fucking later, y'all.